At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Well, happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where Dillon is here, and he is so excited to talk for an hour this morning.
I am. Yay.
Yay. And we have an intern.
We do have an intern.
Hi, intern.
Hi.
What's your name?
Hayden.
His name's Hayden. Hayden is a little bit camera shy.
Yeah,
so he's going to get over that real fast around here.
No, I got over it, so I think he can do it.
Yeah. Hayden also doesn't evidently read the weather forecast before he comes to work.
Yeah, he came in with shorts today.
Shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, sweetie, do you not know it's 150 degrees below zero outside?
I mean, I always wear t-shirts, but I also always wear jeans. You'll never catch me in shorts.
Like ever?
Ever. Even in summer.
Why?
I don't know. It's just been a habit of mine since elementary.
Like, do you have ugly legs or what?
Well, I guess I do, but for me, I like jeans more. I guess I find them comfortable. Like sometimes I even sleep in jeans.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I do kind of wake up sweaty, but the thing is, jeans just make me more comfortable. Like I feel more confident in jeans.
Well, then you should wear jeans.
Exactly. I mean, it's my thing. I'm a jean guy.
Yeah.
I like jeans.
Yeah.
Jeans are nice.
So, do you have a particular, like, are you a jean connoisseur, or do you have like a particular brand of jeans that fits better, that's easier to sleep in than others?
So for me, it's just jeans are it. Like I don't care what kind of jeans they are. I don't bother to learn the brands. I just put on jeans, and if they work for me, they work for me. So I mean, I like the jeans that are a bit baggier. Like I like the baggy jeans, but I don't always have baggy jeans. I also don't really buy jeans. I go to my closet and they're there.
So, this is very ironic because I have actually had this discussion with your mother about you and jeans.
Why were you talking to my mother?
That is a fair question. I have no idea.
How did you just start talking to my mother?
I don't know, but I literally had, I'm not joking, like a 10-minute long conversation with your mother about how she wants to pinch your head off your body when she has to take you to go get jeans.
You know, I find it disturbing that my coworker and my mother are talking about my habits with jeans outside of the work.
Hey, listen. Truth hurts, man.
Okay, so what happened in this conversation? Did she talk about like
that she wants to pinch your head off when she takes you to go buy jeans? That was my words, not her words.
Okay, I got a bone to pick with that because she's the one that makes the shopping experience so terrible.
So, okay, I want to hear your side of the story, and then I'll tell you her side of the story.
Okay,
because your mom is sweet.
Okay, so you got to picture it from my perspective. I'm relaxing on the couch, right? It's summer. I'm a busy guy. I think that's become obvious. And I'm tired, and I'm just relaxing on the couch. And I'm watching my shows, which I don't get to catch up on very often. And she walks in, and she's like, hey, it's time to go jean shopping. And I'm like, huh? She's like, we got to go jean shopping now. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go jean shopping. So then we get in the car, we go jean shopping. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. It's not a big deal. We check out the jeans, and she's like, do you like this pair? Yeah, I like this pair. So we go through, we get to the checkout line, and she's like, wait a minute. I'm going to make you try on every single one of these jeans. Why? I know they're my size. So then we try them on. They fit as expected. And then we leave. But during the whole experience, I don't want to try these on. I don't want to be here. So I don't think I'm that picky or annoying when it comes to jean shopping. I just don't want to try on the jeans. I know they're going to fit. They fit. I'm wearing them right now. You can see they fit. These jeans fit.
I'll give you that. They do fit your body.
They fit my body.
But in her defense, not every size is equal. So therefore, she was trying to have you try them on to save a return trip to the store in which you would have to stand in line, return said jeans, then go find other jeans, then try them on, and so on and so forth. So if we may as well just try them on while we're at the store, save multiple trips or future trips.
Yeah, I guess I understand the point in that, but the fact she had this conversation with you is like, huh.
It totally was a conversation. It was months ago, but it was a conversation.
I see both sides of the point, but just the fact that it made it so far that we're having the conversation on Main Street TV.
It is true. It is true. She also makes fun of me because I only eat one thing at Subway. And sometimes I throw her for a loop and it freaks her out.
Ah,
If you ever want to meet Dillon's mom, she works at Subway, manages Subway in Walmart, and she is fantastic.
yeah, I also worked for her for like 3 years.
Yes, because she wouldn't let him quit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at least that says something about my work ethic.
Yes,
I made
it
it that
does.
long.
Yes,
I
definitely.
had to fight to leave.
If there's any young man that has a good work ethic, it's you. So yes, but no, I think that's so funny.
Speaking of that, so I had an interesting high school work experience. You know, I worked for my mom at Subway for a very long time. But before we went on air here, Tanya stopped by and she thanked Hayden for her meal the other day. I would like to know where Hayden works.
Yeah, Hayden, where do you
Remember
work?
to turn up your mic 3 and speak into the microphone.
Bob Evans.
Bob Evans.
Okay. Do you work Sunday mornings sometimes?
Usually.
Okay, I
Oh,
know
you're giving
who
me
you
flashbacks. I
are.
always worked
I
Sunday
knew
mornings.
he looked familiar. Do you wait tables?
I used to, yeah. I don't anymore, but
What do you do now?
carry out.
He does carry out now.
At least he's not the dishwasher.
I mean, hey, listen, dishwasher and host is the most important
They're
job
very important
in
parts, but I
the
have to say, if
restaurant.
I'd rather do takeout or dishwasher, I'd rather do takeout.
Probably. But it is a very, very important
it is a
job.
very important position. Those positions like that can't really be overlooked because without it, the whole place just falls apart.
Yes.
But I would rather be carry out.
Yeah, I could see that. So if you ever go to Bob Evans and your carryout's all messed up, you can blame our new intern Hayden. So feel free to write in here on the show and air your grievances.
I just imagine we get a comment that's like, "Hey, my order
My
was
meal
messed up last
sucked
night."
the other night. This stupid kid. He's like, man, I wasn't even working.
You know, that kind of happened to me. So I went into Subway the other day as a customer, and it was so weird to be on the other half of it. Like,
Are you like, you ain't making my sub right?
no,
Yo.
Well, yeah, I worked there for a long time, but I'm very picky about my order.
I will say, Dillon made me a something. I think it was a wrap
You
one
always
time,
order
and it was
wraps.
like so perfect.
Oh, thank you.
So you did a really good job.
A lot of people don't like my wraps. They say that my wraps were too tight when I'd wrap them, but I think it's better when they're tighter. I mean, who wants a floppy, loose
You
wrap?
don't want a floppy wrap.
No, that'd be
Ain't
terrible.
nothing wrong, or ain't nothing worse than a floppy wrap.
Exactly. Like it's no good.
Yeah.
No.
Agreed.
Like you're gonna have to cut it with a fork too. Like, could you
Yeah.
imagine like
Like
tearing
you pick
the
it
tortilla?
up and it goes. It's like
Yeah.
a burrito, and all the stuff falls out, and
Oh,
then
God.
you're just like, it's like a sandwich
it's
or like
not-
a salad.
It's not a
but in a wrap.
burrito, it's a Subway wrap. So like you're not gonna get like a bunch of loose lettuce coming out. You're gonna get like lettuce with sweet onion wrapped on it, and it's just gonna like clump together and just wrap it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tight.
No. You gotta wrap the wrap.
No,
Let's
Dillon
call it
Dillon
wrap.
makes a mean wrap.
I do make a good wrap.
We should do that.
What?
We should have you bring some ingredients in, and you could teach us how to make a Subway wrap.
Yeah, I could do that. That'd be fun.
Do you think your mom would give us some ingredients?
Not after that Gene story, no.
Hey! Truth hurts, man. Hey, we girls were just having girl time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in her defense, I will say I'm pretty terrible when it comes to the shopping experience.
That's
Like from
basically
my
her
half,
point.
my half of it, like me, I think it's pretty valid. But I can say from her perspective, like being like, "Hey, I want to go buy you jeans," and be like, like,
And you're
okay,
like, I'm going to try them on. And she's like, just try them on now so that we save a future trip of having to return the jeans and whatnot.
I can see it from her perspective too. On my half, I think I was being fair. The jeans were going to fit, and they did fit. But I can see the point. Like, it's Chillicothe. You don't want to make that trip again.
Yeah, like what if they didn't fit? Then what? What's next?
Yeah, any though.
Let's go through that
Any though
whole
I was
scenario.
right, I can get the what if. The what if would have been terrible. Yeah, get all the way back, try on the jeans. They don't, actually, that did happen one time.
That was her point.
It was one time though. I was right all the other times.
That was her point.
I was right all the other times.
Yes. So when you go to get your jeans that you sleep in sometimes.
I mean, they're comfy. They're comfy jeans.
I want to know what jeans it is that you're buying that are so comfortable that you want to sleep in them.
Look at it like this. Do you like when you get in your bed and you wrap yourself up in your blanket and it's all tight and you're swaddled in, like, you know how babies like to be swaddled and stuff? You know how you like it when the blanket's real tight on you? You don't like it when the blanket's tight? Hayden, what about you?
Sometimes, but it depends.
Well, for me,
I will say that I do sleep with this is really, really high tech stuff. My mom, before I was born, made me a blanket, and I still sleep with it. And I sleep with it wrapped around my head. So I don't really care what's going on the rest of the place as long as I've got my blanket wrapped around my head.
I can see that. So you have to have the blanket wrapped around your head.
Pretty much.
Okay. So imagine if you felt that way about your whole body, and then imagine if that blanket was wrapped around your legs. Your legs were perfectly wrapped. So you like your head perfectly wrapped.
Okay.
If you would like your legs perfectly wrapped, what would do that the best? A blanket or pants?
They're so binding, though.
I know, but if you like it binding, then the jeans are perfect.
Seems very unlike a guy thing.
Actually, I think it's a very much like a guy thing. You get off of work and you just pass out. You have them jeans on.
Well, Hayden there wouldn't know about that because he only has shorts.
No, this whole argument just doesn't apply to Hayden. He would not like this. If he doesn't like to wear jeans during the day, he's not going to want to sleep in jeans.
Yeah. Do you ever wear pants?
Most of the time, yeah.
Oh, so today's just an exception?
Yeah.
When it's cold out?
I mean, I do see him wear pants when he's at Bob's, so.
Yeah.
Do they make you wear pants?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that would make sense. If you got to work every day after school, you're going to have to wear jeans during the day. Yeah.
So Hayden here has curls like mine, which is fun.
Oh, he does.
Do you condition a lot?
Not really. It's just natural.
It's just natural, he says. It's such a guy thing. Y'all don't have to do anything, and your hair just looks good.
Mine, I can't grow it out. I've tried. It's just, it doesn't do what his does.
You have straight hair.
It just goes bigger. It doesn't like.
You have straight but coarse hair.
Yeah, it's like a horse. It just comes out. It's like I'm growing an afro, only it doesn't look good.
Yeah, you've definitely got some. Yeah. It's pointy, is that what you said?
Yeah, and I talked to my barber about it. And it turns out my barber is actually a high school friend of mine. Like, she's my new one. And
yeah.
She said Dillon, and I walked up and I'm like, oh, it's you. But we caught up about life and how she works here now and I work at the radio now. And she started cutting my hair and she's like, oh, it's like you got a bunch of cowlicks. And I'm like, I know, it's terrible.
You're fighting the cowlick situation.
And I asked her like how does that look from like a barber perspective? Like how many cowlicks do you normally see? And she's like, not this many.
And it's a challenge.
It is a challenge.
Let's just say you're a challenge.
Yeah. And when I wake up in the morning, it's worse because it's like a cowlick, but it's also stuck from where I was sleeping. So I got to fight with like cowlicks and natural like sleep hair. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's hard having non-normal hair.
I feel ya.
Unusual hair.
Yeah.
Bad hair.
I get it. Well, now that we have established that, okay, so what brand of jeans do you wear?
Hold on.
Oh, for the love of God, he doesn't even know.
It's on the back. I can't read it. I think they're Wranglers.
Stand up. Well, pull up your shirt there, big guy. Yeah, they don't say.
Yeah. They might be Levi's. Wranglers, Levi's.
Where do you go to buy your jeans? Kohl's?
Well, it used to be JCPenney's, but now I go to Walmart.
Walmart? That makes it easier.
Hmm.
You don't have to go to Chillicothe.
Exactly. That's my whole point on it. I mean, it's a little more expensive, but it works. You would think it'd be cheaper, but it's not.
Huh. I got some
No.
jeans at Walmart the other day.
I like Walmart jeans. I don't like
They're a little
Walmart shoes, but I
scratchy.
like Walmart jeans.
Yeah.
I did have Walmart shoes once. They like the soles wore off.
Yeah, so that's the thing, you kinda get what you pay for, right? With
Yeah.
shoes.
They weren't very expensive. They were like $20.
But it's like they get they're comfortable, but they don't last as long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
feel ya.
wore holes in my shoes so many times.
Yes.
And I stuck with them even after the holes.
So he comes to work the other day and he was like, "Jen, what do you see this?" And he's walking and he's got black tennis shoes on with white socks, and every time he walks, his big toe sticks up through the top of the shoe. And I'm like, "Yes, I do see that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might want to change your shoes, buddy, or
yeah.
wear black socks."
Well, I got new shoes now. They look almost exactly the same, but you wouldn't be able to tell. It's just like the hole's gone.
We're like walking out the parking lot. There's like Dillon's toes. Like, you're so weird.
Yeah, I definitely wore a hole. But you can see why. Like the other day when you were leaving and I chased you down, that's how
Mhm.
the holes appear because I'm always like darting from one place to another.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, but it leaves a mark in my shoes. I don't. I mean,
Yes,
I
yes, it
understand
does.
it. Like it's like the pressure of walking. Maybe I just need. Maybe I walk weird. I do that band roll step still. You remember the roll step, Hayden? Oh, yeah. He didn't make it too long.
Evidently, Hayden didn't do it right. I assume you're not in band anymore?
Not anymore.
No. There's a reason
Hey,
why.
Hayden, can you go help Josh? It's on the monitor, second monitor on my computer, like I had showed you earlier. But yeah, the roll step, it can leave a mark in your shoes.
So what is a roll step?
It's like you got to go heel toe. It's a hot corner. You got to undo the hot corner. Just swipe the mouse to it. There you go. So like it's like you go heel toe. So you put the toe up in the air and then you roll it back to your heel. So it's kind of like it's like a watch my hand. Like there's your toe, heel toe. So it's like a normal step, but it's much more stick like, I guess.
Doesn't that hurt your legs?
It hurts everything.
I would say so.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Yeah.
But it
You
is what
learn
it
something
is.
new every day. Do all bands do that, or is it just a
I think it's an
Jackson
all
thing?
band thing.
Okay. Cool.
So I see you got a stack of papers there.
I do.
Kind of looking like Pete Wilson.
I do, except for some of them are about guests for this week and whatnot. But since we have the intern here, I mean, you can't have an intern on their first day without embarrassing the tar out of them, right?
I mean, it happened to me.
Yeah. So, Hayden, we're going to go ahead and need you to take those headphones off for a moment and come over here.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Yep. Come over here. Come right here.
Just stand. Oh gosh.
Hi.
Hi.
Talk into the microphone.
Hey.
Hey. Tell everyone your name.
Hayden
Hayden what?
Jarvis.
Tell us who your parents are.
Brian and Jessica Jarvis.
Okay. And tell us a little about yourself.
I'm a senior. I go to Jackson. I run cross country and play tennis.
You look like you play tennis.
It's pretty fun.
I can never play tennis.
Yeah. And okay, so Hayden, what's your sign?
A Leo, I think.
Okay. And let's see. You work at Bob's.
Yep.
Okay. And what's your favorite thing about working at Bob's?
My friends. It's pretty fun.
You work with your friends?
A few of them, yeah.
Cool. And how did you end up here?
Dillon, actually, or my teacher at at the high school, Mr. Rippeth.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are your aspirations for the future?
I'm not really sure yet, but I think I want to go to OU for visual communications and designing and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. Like graphic design?
Yep.
Okay.
It's kind of where I was
Yeah.
at this point last year. That was kind of what my aim was.
Okay. And you're a senior?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, all right, go back to your duties now.
Turn 4 down.
So that is our new intern, Hayden. You have now met him, and we have, I think, embarrassed him
Yeah, I think you did a
equally
little
as well.
bit.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So we're gonna need Hayden's help with this situation now.
All right.
So is it okay if we get you in on the conversation? Okay. So he's going to talk into the microphone over there. So I'm watching TV the other day, and I am like listening to this whole big thing, and they start talking about the Stanley Cup. And I'm like thinking they're talking about hockey, because that's like, what you win when you like the hockey championship
Like
is
a
the
hockey
Stanley.
cup.
Well,
The hockey
the
Stanley
main
Cup.
thing, if you're like the champion hockey team, you get the Stanley Cup.
Oh, I never watched hockey. I wouldn't know. I mean, what? Do you watch hockey, Hayden?
No,
Do you know that the hockey people get the Stanley Cup?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's
Yes.
okay. I guess I'm the only one that didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, so they weren't talking about that. They were actually talking about a cup from Stanley that is like this huge craze that all the kids wanted for Christmas. And I'm wondering about that. Why is that a thing?
I wouldn't really know. I wouldn't really want a Stanley Cup for Christmas. I mean, that'd be kind of like a bummer. Like you get under the Christmas tree, you're all hyped up, and you
But
open a present. Like, what is it? What is it? Is it Stanley Cup?
no, it's like a thing. I mean, like people are beating each other up in stores over them and stuff.
I mean, I just prefer my standard coffee cup. It's a white cup. It's nice.
So, do you know about this
I don't know.
situation?
I don't know why it's so popular, but I did learn the other day that it's Stanley is the brand that made like those really old, like semi-truck driver canteen things.
Okay, good way to put it. Yeah.
So I guess it's always been like a thing, but I don't know why it's so popular. I think it just blew up on TikTok, and it's just one of those.
Well, I heard Josh talking on the radio, and he said he thinks it's a marketing strategy. Like Stanley, like tried to get it to go as a trend on TikTok, and
Yeah.
they got it to go as a trend, and now they're popular again.
Yeah. So the 40-ounce Stanley Cup, and I'm looking, and our host comes in the other day with one of them, and I'm like, what in the world is the deal? She's like, I don't know. I've had this forever, but now all of a sudden they're like super cool. She's like, I just don't drink enough water, so I carry it around to make sure I drink enough water. And I'm like, okay, cool. So evidently, yes. So Stanley made the old school thermoses that you're right, like, construction workers, a lot of people had, because it kept stuff really, really cold or really, really hot. And it had like like you drank out of the lid.
Oh, like a thermos. Like
Yeah,
okay.
like that. So Stanley, many people had, like my neighbor posted online, like he's had the same Stanley like thermos for 40 years or something. And
Yeah,
he's
that's
like,
the kind of one that you just never washed, and you like.
yes,
Yeah,
and it just reeks of coffee and
Yeah,
whatnot, and you
yeah.
just can't, like, no matter what you do, it's
yeah. I
but
know
it's
what one you're talking
broken
about
real
now.
good.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden, yes, somehow Stanley became this TikTok thing, and all the kids for Christmas wanted a Stanley cup, but it's not like the thermos thing. It's like how do you describe it?
Well, I think I
Like
have
a
one. Hold on.
tumbler, like a
Yeah.
tumbler,
I think I got one that's sort of similar.
but it's got like a handle.
Like this.
No, not really. It's way bigger. It's 40 ounces, and it's got like a handle on it, and like the big straw stuck out of it, and that kind of thing. So evidently, Stanley, the problem is Stanley is kind of like Crocs. So Crocs went through this whole thing where they about went out of business because they made the Crocs so good that everybody went out and bought one pair of Crocs, but they never wore out. So they almost went out of business because they didn't need to sell anymore because no one bought
You were
anymore.
too good at your job, so you almost failed.
Right, correct. So Stanley's the same way. So, but they're saying that if you put like ice water in these Stanley cups, that it'll last for like 3 days or 4 days, like cold.
Well, I guess that's pretty cool.
I don't know. So I think we should do an experiment here.
Give it a try.
Yeah. So who wants to go buy a Stanley cup? Because I ain't paying for
I
it.
am not buying one. I'm
I think
perfectly
it's a good
content
thing
with
for the
my old
Hayden
coffee cup.
for the new intern to do.
Yeah, we can go do that.
Yeah. But no, people are losing their minds over these Stanley Cup things. and what happens is if they release like a specialty one like Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve or some kind of themed one, people just like lose it and go buy them.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
I
know.
don't get it.
I'm happy with mine.
Yeah. So I'm
What about
interested to
Yetis?
see.
Anyone obsessed with Yeti cups?
Well, so I think that this is the new Yeti.
Hmm.
Yeah. And these things, like I said, they're like 40 ounces, so they're flipping huge.
Oh, okay. Now I think I know
They're
what you're
like a
talking about. I think Corbin.
jug.
Yeah, Corbin carries one around all the time. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I hope he doesn't carry it while he's trying to drive because he still can't drive for squat.
He might.
Kid, I tell you, God bless him. But no, so anyway, wondering if did anybody get a Stanley Cup for Christmas? Is it something that you've heard about or want, or should we show one? Can we show one here on the thing?
Yeah, if you can go ahead and go to your search browser and search up a Stanley Cup and just throw it in the images.
We're learning him real fast, aren't
Well,
we?
it's his first day.
We're like, let's make him do all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I figured I'd have to be on the show, so I was like, you know what, you got it.
Oh, Hayden, he's looking a little nervous over there. We're making him do weird things. So no, I mean, I don't know. So what does a Stanley Cup cost? That's what we need to know.
Let me check. Cost of a Stanley Cup.
It's officially called the Stanley Adventure Quencher Travel Tumbler. You got all that?
The frick? Stanley. Hold on, let's roll back a bit.
The Stanley Adventure Quencher Travel Tumbler.
Quencher Travel Tumbler.
Yes.
40 ounces?
Yes.
Good God. Okay, so these prices are a little like ranging, but typically anywhere between $43 to $105.
What?
And on Amazon, the exact one costs $84, but on Walmart, it's $129.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and check the Walmart one. That seems a little off. I mean, that looks like it to me.
Yeah, that's it. You're saying that people are paying $130 flipping dollars for that thing.
Corbin, why did you buy this?
There is no way.
Yeah, Corbin must have the off brand. I don't think he bought this.
Does Stanley have a website? Like, can you go straight to their, like...
Let's see here. We got... there we go.
We need to be cool here. I think we should all be carrying this sucker around.
The Quencher Flow State Tumbler. That seems a little off because it's got the Flow State in it.
Yeah,
but that's a $45 version.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and search straight from their website.
Look through their website and see.
What was it called again? I can't remember all that.
What was it called? The Stanley Adventure Quencher Travel Tumbler.
Quencher. Good God, why do they call it a quencher? I've never heard someone say like, "Hey, let me go get a quencher drinker or whatever."
That's what they call it for short, the quencher.
Quencher Travel.
I guess if you're drinking 40 ounces of water at a rip, then
yeah, it's not on here. That's weird. This is their website.
Well, go back. Go to the homepage. Maybe it should. I would have to think it would be like.
If it's like their there's a quencher.
There you go. Quenchers. Look at the
There's so many different quenchers. A lot of them are that flow state.
Huh. Okay. Is there a 40-ounce one?
I'm seeing.
There's like a million of them.
Oh, there's a 40-ounce one, but that ain't it. That's $15. All right, yeah, I don't think this website's doing it for us. Let me go back to Amazon. I trust Amazon more than the website itself.
They may be sold out on their website. You know what I mean?
They might be.
This is supply and demand is what I'm telling you. So they're selling them for 100 and whatever on Walmart, where they could be
Adventure Quencher.
Sounds the Quencher for short.
There we go. Okay.
# Stanley Cup. Are you finding it, Hayden?
Might be having troubles like I am over here. Okay, here's a big giant one, but it's a video. Okay, that seems so much cheaper. It's a 40-ounce tumbler with handle and straw lid coffee mug, for $24. That seems about right, but it doesn't have all that like special detail like the other one did. It seems like just a
Oh,
cheaper version when you don't want to pay $130 for a coffee mug.
gotcha. We need to research this more. I mean, if you're going to go and have the Stanley Cup, it has to be the right one. It can't be like the $20 version.
Well, there's the $80 version one that seems exactly like what we were talking about. There it is, Travel Quencher. So I'm guessing $80 on Amazon and $130 on Walmart.
That's ridiculous.
That seems about right. I mean, it doesn't seem cost right, but uh, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's crazy. Okay. Well, now you know if you have a Stanley Cup, you are
Oh,
cool.
there we go.
There you go. And they say Stanley on them.
You
And
got
they
that
are.
name brand.
So evidently this is, yeah, I would have to think a marketing ploy. So the one that's like the white with the funky like designs on it is kind of like the one that everybody has. Not necessarily with those designs, but like that size. So yeah, I think it is a marketing ploy by Stanley who again sold these thermoses that everyone had for 50 years, then never bought a new one because they didn't have to because it lasted forever. And this is their new version of that.
Yeah, that seems to be it.
But the great news is, teenagers that are carrying these things around will lose them in 5 seconds and have to buy another Stanley
Yeah,
Cup.
that sounds about right. I mean, I lost my AirPods the other day and I didn't find them for like a couple days.
That would be
They
scary.
were just under my bed. I
I
don't know
thought
how
maybe
that
you were going to
happened.
say they were in your jeans pocket.
No, not this time. I have lost a lot of stuff to my jeans. Like I've had like coupons for like fast food places, and then I just forget about them, and I'll get them like 2 days later, put on my jeans, and then I'm like, there it is. It's all torn up and machine washed.
Yeah.
They don't make it through the machine dryer.
Yeah. I mean, it is amazing sometimes the things that like make it through the washing machine and the dryer and it comes out completely unscathed.
My
And you're like,
wallet's done it like 10 times.
yeah, right. That like chapstick, you get it out. You're like,
Yeah.
how did this make it through the dryer cycle and everything?
Yeah,
So-
it's amazing.
Yeah. All right. So would you or would you not pay money for a Stanley Cup?
I own a Stanley Cup.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Do you have the Travel Quencher, whatever the heck it's called?
I don't have the one with like the big handle on the side, but I have the one that's like the flip up straw, has a handle on top.
Okay.
That kind of looks like the Travel Quencher.
And how long have you
Quencher.
had this Stanley Cup situation?
I got it for my birthday, so about 5 months.
Okay. And did you get it before or after the craze had started?
I would probably say like right around when it started to die for a little bit.
Okay. So what made you want this Stanley Cup? Like what do you do with your Stanley Cup? Do you carry it around constantly? Do you have it here today?
I don't. It's in my car. I just randomly got it, but I used it for a while, but I got lost in my car and I just haven't grabbed it out since. But I did use it a lot. It's pretty
Does that
nice.
happen to you too, where like you'll have something in your car and you'll just like forget about it and you'll find it like 3 weeks later?
Definitely, yeah.
It's like Dillon and his puzzle.
Yeah, I don't think he knows that story. I have a fully assembled puzzle in my car.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like glued together and I have it underneath like the mat in the trunk.
Oh my god.
I made it in the car. A police officer pulled me over and saw it and was like, "What is this?" I told him like, "Bro, I was just making a puzzle, I swear." I was.
You smoking crack, son? No,
Well,
I'm
it-
just sitting here doing a
Well,
puzzle.
It was a date though, so it's different. It made sense at the time. It was her idea.
Kid's gonna need you to move along, make your puzzle somewhere else.
Yeah. And then I went to a yard sale and they were like, "Oh my God, why do you have a fully assembled puzzle in your car?" I'm like, it's a long story. Have you ever done that, Hayden?
Not yet, no.
It's a thing that happens at the end of your senior year.
It's all for love. It's all for love. You guys. Okay. All right. So what else we got?
Oh well,
You said you were working on some AI stuff.
I was.
Did you?
But it's I started working on AI stuff one day, and I grabbed a random song through my playlist, and it just happened to be Ben Davis Jr. I think it
Yes.
was like "My Darling" or something,
Uh-huh.
and I used it with Plankton. I had Plankton sing it.
Yes. Yeah.
But then I went and I I made a full-blown music video
You
for a
did.
different one of his songs, and it was Cartman covering his "Winding Binding Road."
Yes.
And then I made a whole music video to it, and I love the music video. And they didn't get to show it on the radio because, it's a radio,
Right.
but they played the song.
Yes.
And I thought today we could show them the music video version here on Main Street TV.
I mean, it is hilarious.
And then after that, I got a couple more that I made just for the fun of it.
Okay, so if you've never watched South Park, these are the characters from the show South Park covering a Ben Davis Jr. song because you created it via artificial intelligence.
hmm
Pretty cool. It's really funny.
I think it's pretty funny, but
And
I'm pretty
Ben, we
biased.
here's the thing. We talked to Ben, and Ben is okay with us doing this. So he thought it was funny too.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure it was okay with him before we aired it. So if you want to this is Ben Davis Jr., aka Cartman, singing Winding Binding Road, right?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
This song right here is one that I made up not long ago about traveling around singing songs and dealing with anxiety. And it's called Winding Binding Road. Well, if life is a game, I'm sure gonna win it. I'm just building up the courage to finally begin it. Been hiding away from the man I become. Can't take the feel, I keep myself numb. I can't take the feel, I keep myself numb. I've got nothing to do right this minute, so I'll find me a bar room with nobody in it. I'll sit there in silence and stare at the wall till I don't give a damn about nothing at all. Yeah, I don't give a damn about nothing at all. One of these days I am walking away from everything I know. Without a doubt, we can sort it out on this winding, binding road. Like a thorn on a rose, this life that I chose. Blood on the floor and dirt on my clothes. Hoping it won't ever happen again, but I bet that it will. This fool I am. Yeah, I know that it will, this fool that I am. Some call it luck, some call it sinning, but if I'm losing you, baby, I ain't winning. Cuts like your tongue, out of control, carving its mark down in my soul. Yeah, you carved your mark down in my soul. One of these days I am walking away from everything I know. Without a doubt we can sort it out on this winding, binding road. Thank you. I have a little help right now. I'm with a fella, Michael Paris in North Carolina. If you got time, all you listening at home, pull him up on your Spotify. It's Michael C. Paris.
Michael C. Paris.
Dude, that is so funny. So you like created that whole thing.
Yeah, I went through South Park and just found clips where Cartman's talking or singing, and I just tried to sync it up right.
I love how it starts. There's like the crowd, like
that was actually
So
from a
funny.
Christian rock band he started.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why they were all like, like real like into it.
So funny. I don't know how you know how to do that stuff, but it's pretty hilarious. I'll give you
It's
that.
an app that cost me $40 and it's able to sync it. And then I just did some basic Premiere Pro editing, but I think it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Ben seemed to like it too.
Yeah, he got a kick out of it, I will tell you. Yeah, very, very,
It was
very
funny the way he posted it though. He's like, "Old Cartman stole my line in Vine Road."
Old Cartman. Yeah, and if you haven't watched South Park, do. It's funny.
The ending made it so much better to me because I feel like that's something Cartman would say, like, check him out on Spotify.
Michael C. Paris.
But it got me just interested in the way you can make AI cover different songs.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if it can do songs, it can do movie quotes.
Okay.
So I did the top 10 best movie quotes, but it's a lot harder to get AI to understand something. Like an artist, of course, they're singing straight into the microphone. And in movie quotes, they can tend to like get tearful or cry on the scene. And when they do that, their voice breaks, and it's hard to get an AI to understand. Like, no, don't copy
Like
that.
emotion.
Yeah, like an AI can't really do emotion. It can do like up and down in octaves like it did with Ben. But when you're trying to get it to perfectly mimic someone who's, for example, tearfully saying, no, no, it can't do that.
I see.
So I had to play around with it a lot. And one of the best quotes was, "Luke, I am your father." And when that
Okay.
happens, Luke starts to cry a little bit, and it sounded terrible. So I had to go with something where someone was actually speaking straight into the microphone. So I did the animated version, but it happened to be Legos. So I have at number 1, "Luke, I am your father," but I had to do the Lego version.
Join me, and I will complete your training. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your...
Told me you killed him. No.
I am your father.
No. No. That's not true. That's impossible.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
No.
Aww.
So obviously it's different than the original scene. That never happened in the actual movie.
R2D2 doesn't get thrown into
he
the
doesn't
black
get
hole.
booted off of the stage. But could you tell who that was a voice of cover of?
So was that actually them speaking in the movie?
No, that was my AI cover.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well where it's an actual scene. But Luke was voiced by Donald Trump.
Oh God.
And Darth Vader was voiced by Peter Griffin.
Okay. Hey, there you go. Did I ever tell you about the time Jamie and I were in Columbus and we were at a hotel and got on the elevator and they were having like a Comic-Con, some kind of convention. And, you've got your suitcase and you're waiting for the elevator and the door opens and there's this Darth Vader and he was like 8 feet tall. I'm not kidding. And I was like, it scared the tar out of me because I was like just getting on the elevator. I look up and there he stands. But he was so nice and we got a selfie.
It's nice you got a nice Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Usually they're not too nice.
But I was like, oh my God. It was like so eerie because you just like, oh my God, it's really him.
Yeah.
Because it looked so real. But he was like a really nice guy.
That kind of happened to me once, actually. I was at Disney and we just got done marching and it was around the whole Disney area.
With the roll step?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it had me dead. I was like struggling to breathe. I was tired and worn out. And I sat down on this rock and I just tried to catch my breath, stop almost passing out because I did almost pass out. And then I look up and next to me, there's this cave. And the door, which it looks like a cave. Well, that wasn't really a cave. It was just a wall, like a mountain wall. And the wall just opens up and the Mandalorian walks out. And I'm like, what?
What is happening?
Because I'm like delirious.
Am I okay?
And I look up, and the Mandalorian just walks out of a wall. Like, I thought I was seeing things.
Well, you were.
Yeah, no, it was real. It was terrible. But yeah, in that moment, I guess you could say I thought there's no place like home, which brings us to number 2. There's no hold on a second. This one is Bart Simpson voicing, and there's no place like home. And again, the audio was bad, so I had to do an animated version.
Okay.
We'll miss you too, Dorothy. There's no place like home. 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 My, that was fast. Welcome home, Dorothy. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Toto, behave yourself.
Toto's feisty.
The dog sounded like Bart too.
Oh, God.
That one kind of worked better than the Star Wars.
Yeah, it kind of did.
Yeah, he sounded a little buggy, but it worked for the most part.
That is hilarious. So do you just you pick like who you want to voice the thing?
I picked Bart for that one, and it updates weekly. They add new voices every week.
Okay.
10 new voices. So this time I had a few more that I could use, and I ended up getting to use Snoop Dogg, which was pretty cool.
Sweet.
I don't remember which one of him I used him on. I know next we got Forrest Gump, but I don't remember who voiced Forrest Gump in this one, so your guess is as good as mine. But I guess we can try to figure it out.
Hello. My name's Forrest Gump. Do you want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
So that one was Shrek.
Shrek.
I guess you can kind of hear it, but I don't know. I wouldn't say they sound a similar, Forrest Gump and Shrek, but I don't think they're that far off from each other.
Yeah, I know it kind of sounded like it was supposed to.
Yeah, it sounded pretty normal actually. Yeah, that one was not the best, but he kind of sounded like Shrek.
I can't believe you didn't do the one I told you.
I tried, but it was just such a short scene. It was literally just that phrase, "No one puts baby in a corner."
He's like, "What's the best movie quote?" I'm like, "No one puts baby in a corner."
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I ended up going with Forrest Gump Shrek. But I did look into that a little bit, and there was some weird like fan made clips of it. Like I guess what was okay, remind me here. That's Dirty Dancing, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and Patrick Swayze is like what in that scene, like 40 or 30?
Like how old?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. You know, it's funny. I don't.
So
I
the clip
mean-
I saw it was a fan made version. It wasn't fan made. It was a Family Guy clip, and it said like, "No one puts baby in a corner," and the dad was like, "Wait a minute, how old are you?" And he's like, 40, and he's like, "This is my 16-year-old daughter. What's wrong with you?"
Exactly. So that is a fair point because in the movie they make it seem like Johnny's this like experienced like
Yeah.
dude, and he's been around the block a time or two. And then they never really say how old baby is, but she's talking about going to college and stuff. So
Yeah.
she's like fairly young. And that is a fair point.
Yeah.
No one ever thinks about that. They just take the movie for what it is. But
Sometimes
yes.
it's better not to look into it and just enjoy the
It's
film.
like the Golden Girls. So if you actually think about like what age the Golden Girls were, they were like my age, but looked like they were like 80. But none of it jives. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense whatsoever.
I don't think I ever watched the Golden Girls. Well,
Oh,
no, okay, I did see the Golden Girls. I'm thinking of the Gilmore Girls. I never watched Gilmore Girls. I watched Golden Girls though.
okay.
And there's 4 of them, right? There's 3
Mhm.
that are the main characters, but one of them is sort of a character. It's the mom.
Yeah, well, she's a main character too.
Okay.
Sophia, yeah.
So the next one we got, this one I do know. But like a lot of quotes won't click with me, but this one will. I'll
Okay.
Be Back by the Terminator.
Yes.
And this one is voiced by, I don't know, Michael Jackson.
Oh, God.
So let's see if you can
Okay.
tell it's Michael Jackson.
I'm a friend of Sarah Connor. I was told that she's here. Could I see her, please?
Can't see her. She's making a statement.
Where is she?
Look, it may take a while. You want to wait? There's a bench over there.
I'll be back.
I mean, it was kind of accurate.
Michael Jackson doing the Terminator.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Not the best one. But I think it was probably better than what one was it? Shoot, I'm forgetting the term. It was Shrek Forrest Gump. It was
Yeah.
better than Shrek Forrest Gump. That's for sure. You could at least tell that it was kind of Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, it's good because it's funny because the voices don't match well.
Yeah, they do not. And the next one I got, this is not part of the top 10. This is just, I threw it in because I couldn't think of a 5th. I should have just done Dylan Puts Baby in a Corner.
Yeah.
But instead, I
Uh-huh.
did Sid by Snoop Dogg. So go ahead and play that.
How big is this ocean? Water, water, everywhere. No, and he's dropped cheap dream. But except maybe that drops. That's a little salty.
You could tell that was Snoop Dogg.
Sure.
I think that sounded like Snoop Dogg. My best was definitely Cartman.
Yeah. He wasn't, but that dude's a little too less stoned than he should be talking about.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. I don't think Snoop Dogg ever said anything that fast.
Yeah, that's true. He should have gone a lot slower.
Yeah, man. Oh, God. Okay. So, what are some of the other things that one can do with like these AI programs? And like, is it freaking you out that it's like a $40 program can kind of make like this realistic stuff? Like,
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it can do a lot more than just what I've been using it for. So, like, of course, you can dub things, but you can also tell it like a lyric or two and ask it to make a whole song out of it,
okay.
and it can. So the other day, I typed in "There's no place like home," just playing around with it,
Right.
and it made a song out of it. It's only 5 seconds because I only gave it a few words. There's no place like home, but it managed to write an actual like acoustic,
Okay, that's freaky.
and that don't sound too bad actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can do a lot of stuff like that. You can dub over anything. Just give it a YouTube link and it'll make something. I gave it the words, "Hi, I'm a nerd." To me, that doesn't sound very nerdy, but it does kind of sound like a video game. Kinda.
I feel like it sounds like you should be getting a massage.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like that too. But yeah, it can make any song out of it, which it's not going to be too accurate to an actual song like that one, but it can still give you something, and it can dub over anything. It doesn't always sound too great like we learned today, but
Yeah.
sometimes it sounds really good, like Ben
Yeah.
Davis Jr. with Cartman.
Yeah, I mean that was like spot on.
I think it also has to do with like the amount of accuracy in the lyrics. Like in a song like Ben Davis Jr. singing, it's easy for it to copy and paste because it's just word with some background music. Whereas in a movie clip like Terminator, that's just
Well, you have sound effects, you have
Yeah.
a whole lot of stuff that you're
it
combating.
tries to dub everything over with the pitch that's accurate to the voice. That's why when Dorothy was doing the transitional part,
Mhm.
it started to dub the like background music into the tone of Bart. So AI is tricky, but it can be pretty cool when it actually works.
It's a little freaky.
It's freaky, that's true.
So, for example, now we did this Ben Davis Jr. thing is like you did it just as a fun thing and Ben was okay with it. But where do because we took it for what it was, it was just funny. But where is this going to become like an issue? Because people are going to start, and I think it's already happening. People are taking AI and making it seem like someone's actually saying something, which may or may not get them in trouble or, whatever. And so like, say you take a celebrity and make them say something, but it's not really them
Yeah.
and they really didn't say it. Like, where is this going to go?
Well, I mean, it's already run into a few issues. People were scared that, like, as an actor or a screenwriter, they were going to be replaced by AI.
Right.
And that became a large issue, which
Which
led
was
to the
the
strike.
whole strike thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'd say that's the start of the issues. Clearly, they found a solution, but it did speak towards a larger problem that could become more relevant as time moves forward with more and more AI advancements.
Well, and
I saw an article that AI is now able to program itself. That's freaky.
Well, it is freaky. I mean, this is like the old science fiction movies where like AI takes over and like destroys human beings and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, is that really going to be a thing? Like,
It's
but no,
definitely
I could see
possible.
where like actors and all of that become very upset about AI because I mean, it could get to the point where a studio's like, well, we're just going to use the likeness of this person, but they're not really, we don't have to pay them to be there. We're never going to have to deal with their personality or whatever. We're just
Mhm.
going to make it seem like that person's in the movie.
Yeah, I watched a show recently. Now, this was a cartoon, so of course it was fake, but he was an actor and he was trying to apply for a job, and they're like, okay, sign this document. He's like, what's this for? And it said, it's in case you were to stop coming to filming, we can screen your body and replace you with an AI. Like, I mean, I know that was fake, but that could become real at some point.
Yeah. Well, I know they did a little bit of that and it's really it's really bad, but like in the Fast and Furious movie when Paul Walker was killed kind of during the filming of the movie and they used his brothers as like doubles but AI'd him into to the movie and it
Yeah.
wasn't like the best, but I mean that was years ago and they were
Well,
able to do that.
they did that again with the new Flash movie. At the end, they had multiple AI versions of old cast members from old movies.
Oh, really?
And I'm pretty sure they did it in the new Ghostbusters movie,
Okay.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. At the end, one
Yeah.
of the actors in real life died and wasn't able to come back for this movie, but they put an AI version of him in. It was just for the end. He was just like waving goodbye, but
Yeah.
they do
That's
stuff
wild.
like that.
Ah. There you go. Is it good? Is it bad? I think it's like the internet and everything else. It could be, if it's used properly, it can be good. If it's, taken to the dark side, it'll be bad.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, we got to get out of here for the day.
Hmm.
We do have guests tomorrow. Dillon we found the calendar.
We did find
Dillon
the
had a little
calendar.
bit of a meltdown over the weekend because
Okay,
someone stole our calendar.
It was scary, man. I needed my calendar.
But we do have a guest tomorrow, and it will be And I think Pete talked about this a little bit. Todd Reynolds will be in or is he
He's video calling.
video calling in to talk about the book that he wrote. And it's really cool.
It is.
So, okay. Well, very good. Well, have a good day.
Yep, you too.
Thank you. Welcome, intern. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be back here tomorrow. Have a great day. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.